the last new feature of ReaFast, we always like to put new features into the system. And I'm going to show it to you this way. When I'm going to click in this search here, actually, actually, one of the things that you can see now, see these menus here, there are like, in this case, there are 9 different menus. I have that many menus because I actually have all the menus available. If you are an agent, you're going to be things like expire. If you are not agent, you're not going to see that. Usually we have here like all this in one line, but because we keep adding all these things, now we have to do like 2-line menu here in order for you to have all the features. So I hope that this not go to 3-line menu. I don't think so, but it's for your benefit. Now, let's go straight to talk to open violation. I'm gonna go to Miami-Dade, which is the kingdom of open violations. Don't ask me why. Let's go to Miami-Dade. Now, the open violation tab is the last one over here. Okay. And if you want to know how many open violations are in Miami-Dade, the only thing that you need to do is actually click here on yes and click on the search button, and the system is going to give you all the open violations in the system, all of them, 12,151. So yes, there is a lot of them. Now, I cannot stretch enough that what I'm going to see, what I'm going to tell you next. As Ryan was saying, I emphasize in saying that what we find to you is actually potential deals. So we like to call ourselves deal generators instead of lead generators because of that. Now, the reason that we do that is because we not only find that the seller might be motivated. That's one of the key points to actually having a deal is the person motivated. So what we did with the open violation is actually find you an additional motivation. Like this house has violation problems. That's one of the reasons, or one of the a very heavy reason that someone wants to get rid of a property. And the other one, of course, is equity. I want to know how many of these open violations have some kind of equity. Okay, so first, we identified there are 12,000 and change violations. Now let's go and see here how many of those violations are for single family homes. You click on search. Seven thousand 760, a huge amount. Now, more importantly, what is that we're looking for, guys? Why are you saving your time and being here today? We're looking for money. You want to make money and you're looking for equity. So we go to the debt to equity ratio here and we say, okay, I want only properties that has at least 3% equity. And then I go to my search. $6,180. I will probably more than 75% of the original fee, the originals that you saw, actually have equity on the mix. That's very important if you actually are in the investor business. Now to recap, Miami-Dade single family that have a violation and have at least 30% equity. 6,000 180 properties. Now, let's go let's go farther here, and let's go to the open violations and say, okay, I want violations that mention the word water in the violation. So I'm going to click on search. And what you're going to see is all these 207 properties are actually have code violations right now that mention the word water. 207. Now, let's check one of these. Okay, let's see the open violation here. Well, you had a shed in the sidewalk, no permit. You can clearly see this from the east side of the property. The water meter is located. It's not related to water damage, but clearly it's the word letter, but water. Now, what I want to actually make you notice here, this property is for sale. It's actually pending, and it had this standing violation. So I don't know if the buyer knows that, because in order to do have open violations, that there are certain things you need to do. In a matter of fact, you know, he probably lose an opportunity to negotiate a better price because they actually don't know the open violations that are happening right now. So let's go back to listing. It's listed for $335,900. It's actually over market value, and it have an open violation. Just to make you notice that specifically. Let's find another one here. Another example. Sorry. We have another open violation. Case open due to change of ownership. Okay, unsafe structure. See here? Case type, unsafe structure. See how many violations this property has. It has 3 different violations. Carport without a permit. So probably, I don't know, Anish, this kind of thing is the ones that made your life ticks. You know, the case violations unsafe is a very, very, very good telling also. Let's see that. I'm gonna pick another example. Failure into maintaining a building structure or device in a safe condition due to sprinkler system in disrepair and water overflowing into neighborhood property.
Francisco, I have a question for you. What about if they take care of the violation? Does it update? Does the software update?
We take it out.
Okay, so it does it automatically once it's.
We check them every single week, and we take the violations out that are, you know, cured, just to say something in some way. And let's go something that mentioned roof. See, I changed the violation or the alleged violation to roof to see anything that had the word roof on it. Again, what I'm searching here is properties that have violations relating to roof, and I had their single family and I had 30% equity. So just to recap on that. I'm gonna check on this one. A failure to maintain building structure or device in safe condition due to that's another one. But you're gonna see the word roof structure stairs in rear of the property built without required permits. Okay, but you can see things like roof damage too. Let's see this one. Roof damage to dig electrical in disrepair. But see how many things this property have. It has roof damage. It's in foreclosure at the moment. And it doesn't have yet auction date. Oh yeah, July 7th. Guys, if any of you get this property, my daughter is a realtor, so please send the commission. Okay. Let's check another type of violation. Do you have any idea that you can actually propose, Anish, about the type of violation?
Well, you know what? Why don't we do this? Go ahead and put it in the chat. What kind of violation do you guys want to look for? I'll leave it to our audience. Well, taxes is not a violation, so we're looking for, let me see. Guys, go ahead and put it in the chat, please. Mold. Is that something that?
Let's check.
Or fire damage? Could be a pool, dirty pool, structural.
Mold.
I mean, we got a bunch of additions, fire damage, bathroom, illegal bathroom.
Let's see this one that is for sale.
Okay.
Open violation, interior renovation with a permit and suspect of painting over mold damage. Look at that violation and the property is for sale. And it's listed in 409,900. See? Remodel pool home. I don't know if he can sell that property like that. Well, you tell me, man. I don't know.
Yeah, in this world, people are buying everything kind of crazy a little bit, but yeah, you definitely need to, I mean, it literally says interior renovations without a permit.
And suspect of painting over mold. That's the beauty.
Yeah, if you don't disclose that, I mean, I'm not gonna be the realtor police here, so don't worry.
If this one has mold
and missing roof tiles.
This is a good tell. Roof tiles. That's another one. Let's check roof damage.
Yeah, and also, I know you always talk about this. I see how you use the word contains instead of exactly. It's always best to use contain. We already saw
this one. We already saw this one. Let's change that to water.
Yeah, look at that.
You have fire damage and you have water damage. So, best of both worlds. So one of the things that you can actually do here is go to the template and see the gonna create. See, you see the open violations. I'm gonna add the you can date us like the violator, the owner. Well, you had that in the other, but alleged violation is one of the things that you want to see, and case type. So I'm gonna put this at the beginning so we can actually see it. And case type. I'm gonna save this template that I just created in front of you. I'm gonna see violations. I already have a template with that. So you can see, here is the violation. You can actually expand it. And you can see the violations in that fashion. You see roof leak. Oh, that's another one we can use. Roof leak. Let's try that one. I particularly like that one. You can see there is one for sale again that have roof leak, open violations, work without required permits, roof leak. So just to take it out of the system, let's clear this search. Let's find all single family for sale in Miami-Dade. Okay, let's see how many properties I have for sale here, single family. And then we're gonna check how many of those are open violations to see what's going on. No. Okay, now.
We're getting lots of questions, Francisco.
Okay, I'm gonna get that
dive into some.
4,997 properties are for sale at the moment. Now let's see how many of those for sale property has open violations. $182. So that's a decent number right there, guys. Okay, can we go to Q&A? Yes.
Let's do it. So Jack Seals is asking that he just wants to see if his platinum subscription does not show code violations. Should it?
The only subscription that shows code violation is
professional dialer.
The professional dialer.
Thank you so much. Awesome. We put a link for that in the chat, everyone. So okay, thank you. All right.
For USB, so it's an upgrade.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. When we are looking at specific properties, do the violations show up if they exist, and where would we see that?
I think I already answered that, but I'm going to show it anyway. If there is an open violation, even if you are not looking for the property, it's going to have a tab like this one that clearly states open violation. So you click on that, and there you go. It's going to show. It's going to show not only that violation specifically, but it's going to show all of them.
It's beautiful. It's really clear. I love it. So another person asks that they don't see the open violation button. They're a current ReaFax user, so just verify that you have the professional dialer, and you can give me a call here at the office, and I can help you with that as well. So, and someone wants to see if we can search a commercial property.
Oh yeah.
We usually do residential here at Bria,
as an example, but we have all types of properties, of course.
Of course.
You can even have violation in vacant land. No, of course, not the structural ones, but you can have violations there too.
All right. I'm not quite sure.
Actually, there are 56 violation properties that are for sale in commercial. Let's talk about public record. $1,350. We can check one example so you can see. This is a commercial violation. Violator, Petroleum Investments, Inc. Unsafe structure.
Oh, wow.
So yes, you have commercial too.
Yeah.
And if you want to see condos, multi-units, multifamily, less than 10. Less than 10 is the way that the county class does the classification. And more than 10 is like buildings.
Awesome.
As you can
That
see.
answers Jose's question too.
Let's check here. For open violation, this is a multifamily. It's a very small property, it's a multifamily. See, this is failure to maintain property in safe condition. Roof is leaking. In the master bedroom, hole in the walls. You have everything we were dreaming of.
Wow.
Okay, and also the property is in foreclosure. Also, the property was listed and it's expired. Guys, what else do you want?
Someone's asking if you can see work done without permit.
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Let me see if I can use the word no permit. Or without permit, it will be a better, oops. Okay, without permit. Open violations. I'm going to any type of violation in Miami-Dade that has the word in the left violation contains $706.
Okay.
And
so yes.
Let's check. Open violations. That is, you want to read it and you want to have it, you know, all in one line.
Awesome.
Usually you don't see without permit in here is because it's in a subsequent violation.
Okay.
This is showing the first one, but in this case, if you click inside, you're gonna see in the open violations, you're gonna see the without permit somewhere.
Okay. Awesome. Someone also wants to know if you can see the value of the violation. Is that possible?
Let me see. Not necessarily. But let me see what is the information here. No,
Okay.
that information is not showing, at least in the information that we collect.
And Ruth is asking, which are the violations that can be the best to look for?
Well, that's a question for Anish.
Yeah, we'll circle back. Can the search be revised to look for violations over a certain amount?
Again, we don't have an amount of dollars of the violations in here, not in the data we collect.
Okay, so moving on, does this program allow you to search by delinquent property taxes?
Yes, it does. It is not related to this specific webinar, but yes, we do.
Okay, well, we can go back to your presentation. We can go back to questions in a little bit. We just did a lot of questions.
Well, basically, this is a fairly quick explanation of this new feature. Basically, we want to rely on the Q&A to actually extend the webinar, because this is pretty straightforward. One of the things that I can actually do is go to the public records section and look for properties that, in this case, have violations, and let's say they additionally owe taxes, which is the other thing that you can do. Is greater than 0. Click on search, and they're going to show you both owe taxes and have open violations. 665 properties.
Okay.
And if we do what we should do in this kind of properties, is like, okay, and what is that I'm looking for? I'm looking to make money with these properties. So instead of looking for anything, let me only look for property that has at least 30% equity. $338. Again, once again, this property is also for sale. Open violation. You know, in this case, as you can see, this property has so many things in their tabs that we had to create like something that you can scroll between the tabs.
Yes.
Okay, as you can see, this has everything. They have, you got the detail, is listed, the active comp, the distress comp, the rental. It has B&B comparables. It has mortgage information. It has tax debt. As you can see, you owe $6,000 in taxes, and the open violation. So all those features you can actually see here. I think this one has probably everything.
Yes. Is there a difference between violations and open violations? Someone's asking, they thought that it was the same.
Well, it's not the same per se, but what we can find here is open violations.
Okay.
Okay. If the violation is no longer open, we just take it off. You're not going to see it anymore because it's, you know, they cured the violation, that it's not, doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. Another question, how would violations from tall grass or debris in the yard appear?
You can certainly find them.
Okay.
Tall grass, yes. I'm going to tell you also this, the violations depend also in the county. Those kind of violations are more common in Palm Beach County. You're going to see it more often than you can see it in Dade and Broward. At least within what we saw.
Sure. Okay. Well, we have a lot more questions. Everyone is definitely keep putting the questions in the Q&A, guys. This is your time. Where does the total number show up at? Did not see that. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Keith.
Okay, I know what he's talking about.
Okay,
the number shows up here.
Okay.
Because I'm saying the number, but I'm not showing where.
Okay.
Okay. I hope that answered your question.
He has another question. When we search violations, we get total numbered. Where do we see that number? I think that's the same question.
That's the answer.
And Ruth?
Top right section of the system.
Oh, Ruben. Ruben, is there a difference between a property owner and a violator?
Not that I am aware of.
Okay.
Because we can see it. Let's check it here. Let's check a couple of properties. Sometimes the violator doesn't show in the information we have, but I can answer that question. I don't really know a straight answer. This is Violator Rosa Marie Duarte. Let's see who the owner is. Yeah, she's one of the owners.
Okay.
So the violator is usually the owner of the property.
Okay, I see contact info. Cool. Ruth wants to know in the results what the P stands for.
Oh, prospecting. That means that property is part of my follow-up.
Okay.
Because I do testing, and one of the features of REAFAX is a follow-up system. So every time that I actually click on a property and put it into my follow-up, which is a CRM, and I say I'm either buying, prospecting, listing, or selling. I put prospecting here. And added to my prospecting properties, it's going to show a P there. And it actually is going to show in my follow-up system. See?
Awesome.
If I go to my follow-up, you're going to be seeing that property on top because it's the latest one.
I see.
One of the things that I want to tell you guys, the money's in the follow-up. So one of the things that we encourage you to have is, the professional and professional dialer have a CRM embedded into the system so you can actually do changes and use it. Do we have any more questions?
We do. We have lots of questions. Out-of-town owners, is that something we can find?
Out-of-town violation, yes. It's something we can do. I like these questions. That's more related to any kind of lead that you can actually do here. You can actually see it you can actually do it in the public records section. So the first thing I'm not going to do I'm going to do non-owner occupied or absentee owners here. I'm going to eliminate the tax portion. But still, remember, we're looking only with properties with 30% equity that are no owner occupied and have a violation at the moment. $5,347 non-owner occupied. That's mainly And this is an interesting case here because, as you can see, the common denominator of a violation is the owner do not live in the premises. So interesting. Good to know. Thank you for that question. And the other thing we can do here is actually out of state. Out of state, we put state not contains, I'm sorry. FL, it means outside of Florida.
Oh, someone mentioned that you accidentally checked yes for owner occupied instead of no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
So someone was paying attention. Very good. So 184. There are outside, they do not live in Florida. And let's do that. Owner occupied, no. Non-owner occupied, perfect. And let's do that search again. $1,690. It's still a good number. As you can see, I'm following up in these three properties.
Awesome. How often are the updates?
Weekly.
Okay.
We'll that specific data weekly. I'm gonna mention how often we update our data and in which kind of data. For sale data is daily. Foreclosure data is daily. Public record data is weekly. And I'm gonna go over here so you can see. Public record data weekly, for sale data daily, for rent data daily, for sale by owner data daily, foreclosure data daily, mortgage information weekly, probates weekly, expires daily, and open violations weekly.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. In the search results, some numbers in the far left column appear to be in green. What does the green mean?
It means that they're for sale.
Okay. And are there certain cities within the country that you cannot obtain code violations from, such as, for example, Dania Beach?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I didn't get that one.
So are there any cities within the country that you cannot obtain code violations from?
The answer is I don't know. If that's the case, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only one database, and I haven't been aware that there are cities that opt out of the violation part. But one of the things that we can actually do is trying to find out if any violations in Dania. Is Dania in Miami-Dade?
Dania Beach is in Broward.
Oh. Well, we can change to Broward and see if there is any violations there. Sorry, Broward. Yes, there are 41 violations.
Cool.
So the best, and when you have doubts in any given city, just search on the city and
makes sense.
And you will see it.
And someone asked, can you show fire damage properties?
Yeah, you can actually fire damage properties.
Does the professional have code violation? The professional dialer.
is the one that have code violations. Yes.
Mhm. Can you search for file date?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me check on that to make sure, but I'm no, it's not file date, it's open date.
Okay.
That's the wording they use.
Awesome. Latasha wants to know if real estate agents have access to this database, that she's mentioned this to other realtors and they don't seem to know.
Well, they have access if they have reeffects.
Mm-hmm.
They
No,
don't have
yeah.
access if they're using the MLS.
Yes. Oh, okay, Keith wants to know if the for rent properties have violations.
Which properties?
The for rent.
You can have properties for rent that have violations. Let's do that. Let's play with that. I like that game.
Cool.
Let's clear my search and go in for rent and go in Broward County in Miami-Dade. I'm sorry. Miami-Dade. And then go to open violations and say yes. And let's see how many of these rentals have violations. A few.
Wow.
Let's check in one. This one is also for sale. 1,000 a month.
There you go.
Failure to maintain wooden fence.
Interesting.
So the answer is yes.
Cool. Do you have a CRM program that you linked for your follow-up? If there's any CRMs that work easily with ReaFax.
Yes. That our CRM. We have an embedded CRM. We don't export our data to other ones because we have our own CRM.
And internally, yeah.
Internally, and the main reason for that is because we generate the data in.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, when you have a CRM for real estate, generating the data is the big problem. Mm-hmm. Because that data keep changing status. If you have a CRM that is somewhere else, if the property have a new violation, you're not going to see it. Do you understand what the problem is? If we export the data to a different CRM, everything that changed in the property, you can only see it in ReaFax.
Makes sense.
Okay, you're not going to see that information in a different CRM. That's why we created our own CRM, because we saw that as a problem.
Got it. Well, thank you, Francisco. We definitely appreciate it. Someone mentions here, if I subscribe to ReaFax, can I use it as a service for other people, meaning use it to make money?
If you don't use it to make money, you are in problem.
That's why
you
we're
need to use it to make money.
That's why we're using this, for sure.
Yeah, I advise you, sir, or ma'am, please use the system and make money with it, because that I will make sure that you're gonna pay the next month if you're making money. If you are not making money, you're probably not willing to keep paying. Mm-hmm. So we encourage you to make money.
Awesome. Last question for now. Which codes take precedent? For example, tax liens are above liens for work done to the property.
Okay, that's a question for Anish and Ryan.
Yeah, so guys, yeah, tax liens take over everything else. Mortgages would be second, but that's not a software question, right? What we're looking for is motivated people. And the idea is the only way, right, you would know if they have a lien is A, you found the property already once, and then you're doing your research on it later. That's option one, right? You can look up in the city. Number two is you're driving for dollars. You see that big orange sticker that says violation, and you pull up to it. The idea is this is getting you that information literally in real time without actually going out there. It's like everything else. The data is going to give you a starting point. Think of how much time you just saved by finding out, hey, you know what, there's roof damages. Yeah, let me see how many roof issues or violations there are in Dania Beach. And that's my farm area. You know, and then again, you know, we've talked about these things a lot, is that you could combine some of these things, and you've seen Francisco do it. So, hey, they're behind on their taxes, and then they also have a roof leak, and they have this. Literally, there's millions of combinations. The problem is if you make it so finite, you might only have like 3 properties. So you want to kind of scoop it, if that makes sense. So, so the app is, just so you guys know, it is web-based. So you can do these things on your phone as a browser with the CRM management. The cost of the dialer with our BRIA discount is $224 a month.
For all counties. For all
and that's
counties.
all counties for the state.
For all counties.
Yeah, I mean,
you want only one county is $185 a month.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny, Francis, who I always laugh about that? I mean, he's right, it is $185, but my issue is for an extra $40, what happens if you run someone in Broward and he's like, oh, I also have a house in Miami? Like, what are you doing? You know, like you're looking to have a multi-million dollar.
There are a decent amount of people that only get one.
That's
why we say it. I mean,
you're running a multi-million dollar business for $50 a month. It's just kind of crazy. Hey guys, remember to make sure your questions are in the Q&A. Yes, you could search by zip code. You could also send offers and letters in the full follow-up system. So if you have the professional dialer, you could do all of that. That includes the skip trace service. A couple of weeks ago, we actually, I don't know, maybe it's like 3 weeks ago, we actually showed you the Airbnb feature also.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of different things if you have the dialer. So I just want to make sure on that portion also. I know obviously the probate file, and we always get this question too. Someone's asking about, I know you obviously have access to probate. Will you be able to get divorce files?
You know what? I have to revisit that because the last time that I tried divorce files, I cross-referenced with the data that was actually in public records, and out of, I don't know, let's say 5,000 that I found, only like 100 were homeowners.
Right.
So that's why I was discouraged to put it into the system. But I probably need to revisit that to see what's going on.
Yeah. And I know they missed it. So ReFX is web-based. So I know
let me make a pause here, because
yeah,
what I often see is people, okay, I could find someone that is selling me the divorce files, and yes, I can give you a divorce file, but that's not the situation, because you know that that person is divorced or is divorcing, but you don't know if he owns the house. You don't know if the house that he owns have equity or not. So it's not only he's getting divorced. It's, you own the house and you have equity on the house.
Yeah.
That's what we're interested from.
Sure. Makes sense. Francisco, do you want to talk about, I know you have the ReFX app also. So does that cover the dialer stuff, or would they web browse
Well,
it?
but basically, the ReaFax app is designed for tablet, Anish. We haven't come with a mobile version of ReaFax yet. We have a soft version of more like a driving for dollars app, which you know, which is the deal generator. If you have ReaFax, you can go to your Apple Store or your Google Play and look for deal generator, and you can download the app and actually use it. Okay, that it will help you find the properties, and they have a lot of other cool features that you guys can use. But we are in the process of developing a version of ReaFax that you're going to be using in your phone. That's we're actually working on that right now. What happened is as you can see, when I click on any of this, see how many tabs this property has.
Yeah.
Okay, to put it down in a phone, we really need to think it through how we're going to show it. There are things that we're going to be showing, there are things that we're not. But settings, for instance, is going to be out of the app. You're only going to be able to do settings like adding your signature and putting contracts and things like that only in the desktop or the tablet system. But in the version regarding to the mobile, it's going to be limited features, but it still is going to allow you to do what you need to do in order to follow up and do searches and see the overview and stuff like that.
Francisco, do you mind, because I'm getting a lot of questions, and we'll go back to some more stuff, but can you literally break down what people get on the 3 different versions? Like, yes. What do you get as a professional?
The first version, the platinum version, or the first version that is available now, is you will get all the searches. When I say all the searches, I mean all the searches but the open violation.
Okay, so guys, get that. It's all the searches, not including open violations. So public record, for sale, for rent, for sale by owner, foreclosure, mortgage, probate, expired. Expired only for realtors, by the way. So that's what you're going to get as the platinum, right?
The platinum. The professional, you will get everything that you get on the platinum, but you also get the follow-up system.
Right. So follow-up system is the full CRM management system.
Yes.
So you could actually, I saw some questions, so I'm going to kind of generalize this. If you want to make offers on properties, you could actually upload your contracts, all your addendums. ReaFax will actually help you upload it. I mean, you'll have your signatures. They literally walk you through it. So yeah, it'll take you about 20, 30 minutes with them to get it set up. Here's the thing. If you are a realtor, you do not need a licensing agreement. All you need is your realtor license. Not an issue, right? If you're a realtor. If you're a non-realtor, you need a licensing agreement to use those contracts and addendums.
Unless there are no FAR bar. If you have your own contracts, we can upload it too. If the contracts that you're looking to use are FAR bar, you need to have a licensing, and you need to send us that licensing so we can see it.
And I'm saying that because Ryan and I, we always use FAR bar contracts. But yes, if you guys are using the 1 or 2 pager that I kind of frowned on, that's fine. You don't need a licensing, or your attorney wrote you one. How about that? And you don't need a licensing agreement. To get a licensing agreement, www.altastar.com, ALTASTAR.com. You could get a yearly licensing agreement. We actually get a discount if you use the BRIA code. It's about $125 for the year. So once you sign up, you call ReaFax, right? And you got the professional. I want to upload contracts. They're going to ask you for that licensing agreement. What you can do is the software will allow you to make 50 offers, 50 offers per day. if you want to build, right, you want to build it out. So when I'm talking about for my the technology people that you might want to build out follow-up emails, text messages, it actually does that.
Yes.
Right? Plus all the searches that we just talked about. So it does both. So that's the middle version. And then if you want the version that Ryan and I have, we have the professional dialer. So it's got the basic searches. It's got the full CRM management system. It's got the open violation things that we just showed you today. It's got the Airbnb feature that we talked about, and also has skip trace. Skip trace is when you can't find phone numbers for people. I always kind of joke about when the collection people, and you say, how do they get my number? They're skip tracing you. So you're going to find the way it works is the skip trace works based on the property. So 123 Main Street, maybe the dad lived there, the kid lived there, the nephew lived there, the brother-in-law, anyone attached to the address, you'll be able to get some additional information. This also includes social media contacts and emails. And if I'm correct, you get up to 500 per month, correct, Francisco?
Yes.
You know, I should work. I feel like I should work for you.
More, we go case by case, and we, you know, we give you some leeway on that one. But usually, if there is something, we don't want you to use that for spam, because that's going to be a problem immediately for you. More than protecting us, we're protecting you, meaning there is people that wants to send like mass emails through the system. It's a big no, not because of us, because it's your email account. The moment that you go to your email account and start sending emails spam fashion, your account is going to be closed, and your follow-up is going to be doomed. So we don't want that to happen to you. The same thing that will happen if you do a mass email, a mass text messaging. It's the same thing. They're gonna cut you off real quick. And not only that, one of the things that you failed to mention, sorry, Anish, is with the dialer, you get a dialing system. And not only a dialing system, but you use a different setting to sending the text message. It means that it actually sends a text message. The text message that you use in the middle version is an email to text. The text message that we use in the professional version is a phone to text message. So it's not only more precise, but it's more it's quicker. And that's an advantage also, because you are in the professional dialer, you are paying for a phone number, and you also have the option to send text messages from a cell phone number.
Yeah, and so, like, I know there's a lot of other programs out there. I mean, Ryan and I, you know, without a doubt, our job is to look for other software to find deals, right? Or find software that makes our life easier. And I know there's some big ones. I'm not going to name who the big ones are nationally. All I could tell you is it doesn't do the same thing that Francisco's software does at Reafax. I'm like, hey, can I do this? We made a killing on the Airbnb comps alone. I don't know anyone else. I'm surprised no one else offers it or is capable of it. Yeah, the full CRM management system. I definitely do not know anyone with the open violations. I mean, that's brand new. Vacant homes. So, you know, one of the things I always tell people is, you know, not only is his software really amazing, and we use it. I kind of joke about it. It's probably a bad analogy now, but I always feel like you're our Bill Gates, meaning, you know, I get to have lunch with Francisco. I see him on the cruise every year, and we sit there and say, hey, Francisco, it'd be great if you could do this. And 2 to 4 months later, it magically does. I'm still waiting for him to be able to find a deal, close the deal, and send me the check. So as soon as you do that, I'm done. I'm not working anymore. You know, I'll pay extra, of course, but there, you know, if you're doing deals in Florida, you want to use ReFX. That's why we've been doing so many webinars with Francisco. We're doing different things. I almost say we're planning on one every couple months. It's just because there's so many features out there. I mean, if we did a ReFX, you could probably do a 7-day ReFX workshop, to be honest. And it's overwhelming, but you're going to start learning, you know, what to use out there. So let's see what, obviously, you know, like, so Kazar is asking with the dialer, can you import your number? So you could actually put whatever phone number you want on the vanity, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm saying that the right way. So if you want to put your cell phone number to show up when you call, it'll show up.
Yeah,
or it could be a different phone number.
Exactly. You can select which number do you want in the caller ID.
Absolutely. What about I don't know if this is, would vacant lands show environmental problems? I don't think it would, unless it's a violation. Yes.
I don't know if that's a violation.
I don't think it will.
Send a suggestion. Maybe something we can look into. If there is money to be made, I'm willing to try.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anna, I'm not sure what you're asking about. You're asking about general contractors. I'm not sure what you're asking about. So if you want to put it back in the chat, the Q&A, what you're specifically about general contractors, if you need one, absolutely. At Bria, we have literally everything you need also. Can you search vacant land without an address? Yeah, you could actually do it by the polygrams. Remember, all the searches on the left.
I'm going to do this. I don't know if anything is going to show because I never do this search before, but let's search for vacant land that have open violation. I don't know which kind of open violation it would be, but let's just try it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know either. Maybe tall grass or something. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe. And that's a good saying, by the way.
In the meantime, Francisco, can you set up a voicemail greeting on the dialer? So
no.
People call, right? Yeah.
No, but remember, the dialer is going to have a phone number that you want. Correct. So if that is your mobile number, you can have your own voicemail in your mobile number. And that's when it's yes, in vacant land, you can have like violations, I see.
And Jack, the platform subscription does include the lead generator.
This is a open violation. It doesn't say what violation is. Not available.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It says all other cookies. Okay, what was the question? I'm sorry, Nish.
No, they were just asking about environmental. Remember for the violations and
okay. I need one of the things, guys, that we do, and actually it's funny because I have a meeting yesterday, and we have like probably 90% of the suggestions that you guys sent are already in the system. So normally what happens is you send a suggestion, we call you, says like, okay, you need to do this. So out of probably 50 suggestions that we got in the last, in the last month, there were only 5 that were, really suggestions that we were analyzing, and we studied those suggestions yesterday, and I approved 4 of them. So that's the kind of thing that we do.
That's amazing. And so the other thing is we also get a discount with Francisco. The question we always get, do I have to be a member of Bria? I should say yes, but you do not have to be a member. But if you use our code, and if you're not a member, I'm going to find you, hunt you down. I'm going to use ReFX. That's what I'm going to do. How is there a way to track down people in general, Francisco? The people that are not members, can you add that as a search? If you're not a member of Bria and you live in Dade, Broward, or Palm Beach County, and you've watched more than 5 of our webinars.
Let's try, man.
That's it. You know, I'll crush you guys, and don't you know, don't let me, don't get fooled by me. I'll ask Francisco. He'll have a separate tab for us.
Well, for the 50% of the people here that do not have the system,
and they're interested.
One of the things that we do for you is we do a one-on-one. You can go through our main page and schedule a one-on-one with us. It's very simple. You go here. Order a free demo. You schedule one. Our staff is actually going to work with you and show you the system and get you comfortable between all the options that you might have in order to get into ReaFax. The other thing is we have trainings every single Friday. And the good about those trainings is those trainings got questions from other people, and then you start learning things. It's very interesting. We also have an archive with all those trainings, so you can watch them in case you miss one. You can actually go there and watch those trainings. The ways that you can contact us is by phone. You can chat with us, as you can see in this feature here. You can chat with us, and you can schedule as many one-on-ones as you want. That's something that we're very proud of. If you really want to learn ReaFax, we really want to teach you, because we know once you learn it, you're not going anywhere. So in our best interest, we want to teach you the software always. So we are going to be there, not only trying to help you with the system, but actually teaching you that system one-on-one. There is people that never use the system because we have a video help that virtually answer any question, okay? But in case that you need, someone taking your hand and explaining to you one-on-one, we had that too.
Absolutely. Can you actually, since you're on the page, can you go into, like, if they're ready to sign up, they're saying, look, I need this in my life, and how to get the discount?
It's very easy. You go to pricing. You have the Platinum, Professional, and Professional dialer. One of the things that I failed to mention is, as you see, you pay annually. You're going to have 2 months discount. Okay.
Correct.
So let's say you pick this one, which is what we originally saw. Here you guys, 2,990. If you use the promo code BRIA and confirm, it's going to give you the discount. $2,240. So the discount is pretty much $750.
And the only way they're getting that discount is they take myself, Ryan, and Francisco out to lunch.
That will help, I tell you.
So, I mean, and then the other, if you guys aren't sure, right? If you even email our office, we have a form too. If you're a little bit old school and you want us to send you a form, you do need to use the BRIA discount to actually get better pricing. If you do not, you're going to pay more. Francisco will be happy to take your money, the extra money.
Take your money.
He's got, college grads and, another one going to school, so he'll gladly take the extra money. So I'm just messing, guys. I'm hoping everyone.
You are, but I'm not. I have 2 more to get to school, man. I just graduated from UF, so
absolutely.
I have 2 more to go.
Francisco, the webinars are Friday at 10 or 11 Eastern time. I always
10.
forget.
10 Eastern.
10. Yep. So Diana, that's, let's see. So Roy, if you pay the annual premium and decide to stop after 6 months, is the refund prorated? No refund, my friend. So either you do the monthly and you just suck it up, or you pay up the year and use it.
Well, we usually do in it's you know, it is per basic, per case. Is like, okay, you want to pay 6 months, you can pause it. And if you go to vacation or something, and you know you're not going to be there, you know, or you know, someone died, God forbid, we just pause the subscription for you, and we put it in freeze, and then we resume the moment that you are ready to go back. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. So I know, like, you guys have some, like, I'm just looking at some of the Q&A stuff. Like, these are like super specific stuff. So it gets a little bit challenging on that.
For
There's a ton of those.
For that, guys, again,
Yeah.
you can actually have a one-on-one schedule if you're already a client. If you are not, we can actually schedule what we talk about, which is a full demo.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know there's a ton of, you know, people on this. So it's just one of those questions on there. I know we only have about 5 or 6 minutes or so. Did you mention what you have coming up, or you don't want to? I mean, I have no idea either what you have coming up. You're not going to say yet?
No, I don't want to say yet.
Okay, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay. And then again, if it's to find a deal and get the deal and sell it, do not open it up to anyone else. Just Ryan and I. We're good.
Okay, man.
So again, you know, if you've missed, you know, hopefully you guys are signed up in our YouTube channel. I think since the pandemic, I want to say we've probably done 6 to 8 webinars, like 90 minutes with Francisco. So, I mean, we've gone, you know, like all sorts of specifics. So you could always watch the replay. This will be up on our YouTube channel in the next 48 hours. You know, and again, if you want to do the demo, or just buckle up and, you know, sign up for at least a month, try it out. I mean, even the demo, like you should definitely do the demo. But I think, like, the way I learned it was I subscribed and then I just started messing around with my neighborhood first. And I was like, oh, let me see how many pre-foreclosures are here. I'm like, oh, this is what's happening. Oh, it'd be great if I found someone that's behind on taxes and this also. Okay, that's fantastic too. So you're going to start picking those things. It's like everything else, even though you're watching it, until you actually use it. And I think that's when the real questions will start happening for you, because it'll always be a constant add-on. I mean, Francisco, I'll be honest, I probably only use, if I'm lucky, probably 40% of what you have on the software is what I would say, you know. So I'm a work in progress myself. Yeah, maybe I'm being even too generous on that also.
Sometimes they call me with questions that I realize that they're not using the full potential. But again, you know, we're here to help.
Absolutely. And just a couple quick announcements. Remember, our monthly meeting is next Wednesday, June 2nd. I believe that's a Wednesday, whatever the Wednesday is. So it starts at 7 p.m. It's, you know, and I got a bunch of questions about land. You want to make some money on land and flip land? It is the premier guy teaching about land. I mean, David is awesome. His mentor, or the company owner, is Jack Bosch. He's been doing this forever and ever and ever. So if you're looking for a segment that's totally different, right, you're going to want to check that out. We're also going to give away a membership, I believe, that day, just for hanging out and checking us out. Also, our webinars start at 7 p.m. and they usually end by 8:30, 8:45. So again, all the webinars will be on replay. Also, next the 5th on Saturday, Ryan and I are going to be teaching. We're going to talk about comparable and property analysis and how to make offers. So I know a lot of you guys have been saying, I don't know how to evaluate a house. What kind of offer? So Ryan and I are going to do a 90-minute webinar on the 5th. I know we just finished our boot camp this past weekend. I know some of you got boot campers were on there. Our next boot camp, people have been asking us already. It is July 24th and 25th. It's 2 full days on the boot camp. So if you're interested in that, just go ahead and put a quick poll up there. Hopefully you guys have been following us, Brian and I, if you're not on our Facebook page, our email list, or you're not sick of us yet. Maybe you're starting to get sick of all the students getting checks. We just had another deal yesterday, Francisco, $75,000 in profit, wholesaling. We got another one closing next week, $68,000 in profit, wholesaling.
I want to start raising the price for you guys.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been pretty good. You know, like we keep thinking about, we're going to rehab this house, we're going to rehab that one. Man, the market's hot, so people are just buying all that stuff from us. Also, if you got properties for sale and you can't sell them, remember we have a 10,000 plus cash buyers list. So go ahead and you go to our co-wholesale program with WJL partnership. Our last co-wholesale deal, you're gonna laugh, Francisco, we found a buyer in 2 days, almost $75,000 in profit. So they had it under contract. They couldn't sell it, the investor, and we got it sold right away. So there's a lot of different ways to work with us. What I can tell you is, you know, what's happening obviously with the moratorium. So we think, you know, it's going to end on June 30th. What we've seen, and as you've been watching our webinars, the amount of pre-foreclosures and foreclosures every month have been going up. So all that means it's a lot of opportunity. Our boot camp price, just so you guys know, it's $425 for members, $495 for non-members. I did get that question too. And we also give you our money back guarantee also. If you're not happy, we wasted your time, you know, and you said, hey, this thing sucks. Yeah, it's all day Saturday, Sunday. I'll gladly refund your money too. So Francisco, any last thoughts that you want to give our viewers?
Yes, yeah. You know, to our current users, again, we're very interested to learn more about your feedback about the system, any suggestions you might have regarding anything, even our staff, even my presentation. Please give us a feedback. And one of the that I've been working is in my accent, guys. The last 20 years I'm trying to improve it, but it's still being a difficult task for me.
Francisco, don't worry. I have a Jersey accent. They're all they can barely hear, you know, when I'm talking about let's go to the mall. So, you know, if you get past the Jersey accent, they can get past the Venezuela.
I know. So other suggestions other than that, we're happy to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, Francisco, as usual, thank you so much for being part of our boot camp this weekend. You know, really committing to teaching our members and non-members or our listeners about the software. What I always tell people, if you're not using the software, you're already behind, you know, the 8 ball, meaning this is what, you know, investors in our market, we're all using the software. So thank you again, Francisco, for being a corporate, a friend, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, my friend. Say hi to Ryan, and I hope that, you know, the meeting keep being as successful as they are right now. We need to plan about the next webinar that we're going to do. We have no pick a subject yet, as I remember.
Yeah, if you guys, I mean, you can email our staff or myself, Anish at wjl.net, doesn't matter. If there's anything that you want to hear specifically on the topics of REIFax, this is your chance. I always tell everyone, you know, with Ryan and I, when we create, you know, as the owners of BREIA, you know, whether it's, you know, Francisco or our members, we've been getting a lot of great feedback from our corporate vendors to teach people. So we've been putting out a lot of free information. So if there's, you know, topics besides, you know, Francisco or REIFax that you guys would love to cover, I'll try to convince one of our corporates to do a webinar to give you good information. So we're committed to your success in real estate investing. We're cash buyers, and again, our idea as a company is that we stand for our members, our students, and we'll adapt to whatever things that you guys want. So if it makes sense for you and we could try to do it, we'll gladly do it for you. So thank you again, Francisco.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully see you soon. Everyone have a happy Memorial weekend. Be safe. Make sure,
One last thing, Anish, sorry. Yes, everybody definitely have a great Memorial Day weekend, and someone's gonna get a special prize. So the winner of our professional dialer ReFax subscription is Allison C. So Allison C will be in contact with you. Congratulations. Hopefully that makes your weekend a little bit sweeter. Sorry, everyone. We had a lot of subscribers. I mean, attendees. Yep.
Fantastic. Allison, just make sure you contact our office and we'll get you set up. Probably, if you get it in time, we might even
congratulations
today or the latest, over the weekend with ReFax too. So good job. So Allison got paid to hang out with us. So good for you. So thanks, guys.
It's nice to finally see your face.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Yep. Have a great Memorial weekend if we don't talk to you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.